Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of I'll Hang Up and Listen. I am Duane from Two Goalies, One Mic. What an effort tonight by Dustin Tokarski. 45 saves, had the absolute game of his life to help keep Buffalo in a game they probably should have never been in. They got outplayed a lot in this game. Pittsburgh really took it to them, had them on their heels for a lot of this game. Not for a lack of effort, I will say that. It wasn't that they weren't, skating hard or being lazy or, being passive. Pittsburgh is just a more talented team. They have, even though they're aging, they still have a lot more talent on that team. And you saw a lot of that in the third period. But Tokarski absolutely stood on his head, made a lot of highlight reel saves, took a lot of punishment on that play from Guentzel. Made the save on Guentzel, and Guentzel kept trucking through the crease and made a lot of contact with Tokarski and absolutely laid him out. And I'm actually kind of disappointed in Colin Miller for not sticking up for his goalie there. Even if it was unintentional, which, personally, I don't think Guentzel made enough of an effort to avoid Tokarski. You got to stick up for your goalie there. I don't care, whether this is the NHL, travel hockey, junior hockey, college hockey, or men's league, you stick up for your goalie. And he did it. And that I'm a little disappointed in Colin Miller there, whether or not he scored tonight's, I think he had tonight's first goal. I'm sorry. You got to have your goalies back there. I hope he tapped him on the pads and in the locker room and say, "Hey man, I got your back next time. That's my bad." That's inexcusable for me as a goalie. You got to have your goalies back there. For the rest of the game, goals came from, again, as mentioned earlier, Colin Miller. Second goal off a really pretty setup. Very nice individual effort from Zemgus Girgensons. Coming from the half wall, he just, almost kind of like a no look, sent it to the front of net, seeing Okposo driving, and, Okposo had his stick in the right spot and deflected it past Tristan Jarry. Very nice goal on his part, and the first goal was an absolute cannon from Colin Miller. Assist going to Kajula, Cousins, Dahlin, Girgensons. That was it. And as I mentioned Dustin Tokarski, 45 saves. Yeah, it's not that the Sabres played incredibly bad. There were a lot of moments in this game where they played very well. I just think that they, weren't the more talented team. There is a lot more talent on the other side, on the other bench than on their bench right now. One thing I do think that Buffalo has going for them, obviously, is I think they have a ton of young, quick talent. And if you keep on getting efforts like this, 60-minute efforts, again, whether or not you're the better team or not, you're going to keep winning games. You're going to keep getting games, keeping games close. I've said it 100 times. You're going to get a lot of loser points out of this team, even in games they probably shouldn't be in. Tonight, tonight could have easily been a tie game. That the game could have easily been tied there at the end, and we could be watching overtime or even a shootout right now. I'm thoroughly impressed with how Granato has his team competing every single game. And I've said it a few times again, even Cody Eakin's play compared to last season, it's night and day. I'm not saying Cody Eakin's out there, lighting the world on fire or, playing like a solid, a guy who could, possibly put up 15 or 20 goals. No, he's not that guy. But, when you watch him, he's not driving your nuts. He's not driving the analytics guys nuts. It's fun. It's nice to see a guy like him really turn it around for himself. And I think he, maybe not with Buffalo, but he's going to earn himself another contract next season with another team. So that's always cool to see. Whether it's in free agency or maybe he's a guy at the deadline. I don't know. We'll see. But again, these guys go out there, they compete from puck drop to the end, the very last whistle, the very last buzzer. Something we just have not seen from this team in a very, very long time. Tonight, that moves them, I believe, they are in a tie in 6th place in the division with Boston, but Boston has 2 games in hand. Dustin Tokarski gets his 3rd win of the season. I think it makes him 3-2. Maybe 3-2-1. I'm not 100% positive, but another another way to positively spin this is you are still playing without two key contributors to your team and Yoki Haru. Actually, three. Yoki Haru, Middlestat, and of course Victor Olofsson. I know we got a little bit of disappointing news or disconcerting news. We don't know exactly when they'll be back. Initially, the timeline kind of projected them to be back by now. That's not the case. And of course, Craig Anderson. Even though Tokarski played on his head tonight, I mean, we're not so sure if this is sustainable, him playing at this level. But maybe it is. I don't know. Someone kind of made a comparison to Tim Thomas earlier on Twitter. Now, I'm not saying he's good as Tim Thomas, but he goes out there and he plays his ass off. And that's kind of what Timmy used to do back in the day. He went out there and left it all on the ice and did everything he could to stop a puck. And that's kind of what Tokarski's doing right now. He's making good reads. His puck tracking is really good. He makes a lot of great second effort saves. That one toe save, he was kind of slow reading it and then was able to get a good power push off his left foot and get that toe over to the far post just to stop. I forget who it was, but it was a great save. A great second effort save. We saw a lot of those from him tonight. So I hope we get Craigie back so you could have a better 1-2 punch and send Arundel back to the AHL because I don't know if we can depend on Arundel to be a spot fill guy when we do call him. Because I really do believe that if Tokarski's in net against the Leafs, we're talking about a 3-game winning streak, a 3-game heater right now. I don't have no doubt in my mind. And when's the last time we could say this team was on a 3-game winning? Actually, I think they started off the season with a 3-game winning streak. Pretty sure they did. Yeah. But again, when's the last time you could say this team had two separate 3-game winning streaks in one season? I can't remember the last time. I really can't. I mean, can you guys? I can't remember. Agreed. From Paramount Pictures. I didn't like the response when Tokarski got run. Can't be a soft team. Granato reacted from the bench. Yeah, Granato was fired up. Donnie Meeples was absolutely fired up. He's boiling. From just the hit on Tokarski from Gensel, and B, just the lack of response. You have to have your goaltenders back there. Without a doubt. That's just very disappointing. See the Sabres' lack of response there. I'm going to kind of look up the schedule for the next few games here. Just bear with me. We have next on tap, Buffalo will be, I believe they're hosting the Flames, I want to say. Give me 1 second here. I believe we're hosting the Flames. And then they travel to New York to play the Rangers. And, got a couple difficult matchups, on the way. The Rangers and then the Blue Jackets. Right after that, they'll host the Blue Jackets. And then they travel to Boston heading into the Thanksgiving Eve. They play the Boston Bruins, and then coming back out of Thanksgiving, you come back with the Canadians. So, again, a lot of tough matchups to come. They've sustained this winning record literally all season. I don't know if they've dipped below 500 at all this season, and we're, 15 games in, and it's wild. I can't remember. Maybe not since the 10-game winning streak can we say that this team, more than 10 games of the season, was, above 500 and sustaining it. So they're battling every night. All four lines are competing. You can't really look at any single line out there. Maybe once in a while you can point to a line like, yeah, they just don't have it tonight. But every single night they're all coming to compete. Donnie Granato has these guys, whether, the focus, it's in practice, in the locker room, off the ice, in the weight room. They are competing every single night. I'm a little distracted. My dog is losing his mind out here outside, so I gotta let him in. But Don Granato's got these guys competing every single night from start to finish. There's no quit in their game, and it's a lot of fun to see. That's the key word here, right? Though is fun. It's just so much fun to watch this team every single game, whether it's a winning effort or a losing effort. Like that game against Toronto, as much of a heartbreaker that was fun to watch, man. That was fun to watch, to see them come back in the third period and score 2 quick goals to tie it up. Again, granted, it ended very, in a heartbreaking fashion with 11 seconds left. But, they competed. They never quit. They keep coming back, getting up and swinging back every time they get punched in the mouth. They just don't quit. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see Casey Middlestat back in this lineup. I cannot wait to see Henny Jokiharju back in this lineup. I can't wait to get Olofsson back and Craig Anderson back. And way down the line, Alex Tuch. I'm not going to sit here and say that this team could contend for a playoff spot. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because, again, I believe they got outplayed by quite a bit tonight. They did. They just did. But I do believe that if you get these key pieces back and you can just keep up this compete and this drive and this effort every single night, maybe you add a few pieces along the line. You get Alex Tuch back. Maybe you make maybe a signing here or there or make a trade. Whoever it might be, maybe you're a team that could contend for a wild card spot. It's not, crazier things have happened in this league. So I'm excited so much to see what this team is to bring, especially the next, like I said, I just listed down those games. I see a couple very winnable games. I know the Flames have been playing very, very well this season, but this team, we have wins against the Oilers. We have wins against the Tampa Bay Lightning, against teams with winning records. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that you can go into you can get a win against Calgary. You can get a win against the Rangers, the Blue Jackets. I seriously think over the next 4 games you can go 2-2 here. I truly do believe that, But I'll hang up and listen. I'll leave it to you guys. An unbelievable effort tonight from Dustin Tokarski. A couple clicks for Dustin. Game of his life, first, second, and third star without a doubt. Biggest reason, and maybe the only reason they won tonight was Dustin Tokarski. Had a lot of Penguins players out there shaking their heads, looking at the lights on the ceiling every time he made a save. Especially that big save there at the end with maybe a minute or 2 left. Just really, I literally yelled, "Holy shit!" When he made that save with his arm right at the end. Call it luck, call it skill, call it desperation, whatever you want. He made the save. And, again, second comparison, I'm going to make the Dominic Hasek with Dustin Tokarski because that reminded me a little bit of that guy right back there. So, again, guys, I'll hang up and listen. Just remember, this is brought to you by Outlet Liquor, the place to buy a case on Georgia River Boulevard. Make sure you get over there for all your game day and, game night needs, whether it's Bills or Sabres or whatever you might be watching out there. Get over to Outlet Liquor. And, we'll get ready here for Thursday night against the Calgary Flames. And one last thing, guys, I know we want this team to earn our respect back. We do got to start trying to get some more bodies in the arena for these games because these guys have earned some of our respect. They have earned it. Maybe not to an extent where, on a Saturday night game we're filling the arena, but they deserve to have a crowd there with the way they're playing. We got to get down to that arena. I agree. I'm not saying go to the Sabres store and buy a crazy amount of merchandise. No, I'm not saying that. If you're not willing to put money in the this team's pockets right now for merchandise because they've let you down time and time again, I agree. Don't do that. Whatever, but get a ticket off StubHub, something. I know they're still kind of cheap. Get out there and support this team while tickets are cheap because I truly do believe they deserve it without a doubt. I mean, like I said, I'm going to try and get to at least one of these next couple home games and really show my support. I went to bought a bunch of vintage Sabre stuff. I kind of want to show it off a little bit. The GOAT had the greatest, my opinion, the greatest jersey this team's ever worn right there. I'm going to try and show some of it off and maybe meet some of you guys out there. It'd be cool to get a drink with you guys. So again, I'll hang up and listen. Remember, brought to you by Outlet Liquor, the place to buy a case. And 3 words, guys. Let's go Sabres.